Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you guys have been waiting for. The time has come to talk about the Odyssey because we just got of an advanced screening of it. And dare I say, it lives up to the hype. This is a huge star-studded cast that I will not repeat because the list would take me too long to go through. But with all the flair, with all the amazing talent, was this something that was worthy of what Christopher Nolan has been wanting to do for a very long time? And I think it was. But I'm going to bring in my co host here. Jorge, what's going on, man?
What is going on?
What did we just watch?
I think I can very easily say that in a long time, this is the first movie that has A, lived up to its hype, but B, exceeded the hype. I did not think I was going to go into this movie and enjoy it. This year has been very like blah for me for movies.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie this movie is the whole thing and then some. Um Visually, I mean, it is epic. I understand why tickets were on sale last year for this movie now. Like now that I see it, I'm like, I get it. I get it. And those of you who got your tickets, good for you because you're gonna love it. I think one of the first things on the way, as soon as I got out, I think this may be the greatest epic poem adaptation of a film I've ever seen. I can't think of any other one that comes close to this.
Oof, man, you are throwing some heat on that. So this is what I'll say, you
Yeah.
guys. I I would agree with what he's saying. I grew up watching the old school, and I'm gonna put it up here so you guys can see it because you'll recognize it once you see it. Version of the Odyssey here, and amazing cast, old school, using practical effects. But it was kind of like it was a mini series, and I mean miniseries back then, whether it was the It series or whether it's different ones like this one, that were kind of the staple. Even if you look back to the Jackson Five, like they worked and they stood the test of time, even if they were practical, even if they weren't in the theaters. And the thing about this film, I've I haven't seen Christopher Nolan go this route in such a way that he respects the source material. He adds his flair for amazing visual aesthetic, practicality, and just ramps up all these different characters to allow these actors to fulfill them. And I just didn't think he had that in him on this level. And there are moments in this film that honestly, truthfully, right now as it stands, this might be the best movie this year. And for me, Project Hail Mary has been my number one for the
Yeah.
majority of this year. And now coming out of this, I can truly say it. That Damon in this film commands it in such a interesting zeal yet tragic depth that we haven't really seen Matt Damon tap into in a very long time. I think what was the movie Downsizing, where he was kind of really small. It's kind of
Yeah.
last time I seen him kind of like really utilize his capability, but his physique was there, his charisma was there, his timing was there. Like you believed exactly who he was, and also you were sad for everything that he's having to go through. And you're looking at it from two different lenses. You're looking at it from his lens and you're looking at it from Tom Holland's lens. And it's a very interesting way of being able to tell the story, that you can't necessarily pinpoint at times who is the main character, but you can tell it's all a part of one,
Yeah.
which that adds to all the other casts. All the other casts, they flow in and out in a very poignant way. If you go to John Bernthal, when he's on there on scene, they give him not just a moment, they make him very pivotal to moving the story forward. When you've got, God, so many different characters. I don't want to get the character name wrong. I'll just use Anne Hathaway for Penelope for the sake of it. When Penelope is first shown, you can see that she's got so much depth, but it's moments where she has open lines of dialogue where she talks about her perspective on what she's doing. And that's so important from a narrative perspective, but yet you're not retelling something that has already been stated before, but you're putting your spin on it and allowing more depth for it. Yeah, sorry, I'm ranting. Go ahead, Jorge.
No, I think while you were talking, it kind of clicked for me. This movie reminds me of what Russell Crowe did with Gladiator.
Yes.
Where you came out of it and you believed that was, Maximus Aurelius.
Yeah.
And you're going to come out of this movie and you will believe that Matt Damon is the Odyssey. Like, you will believe his character and what he did with it was spectacular, from start to finish. And I think what I appreciate is it's not like he bulked up for this movie. He was, in a weird way, there's like period correct physique, very agile, very, kind of just smooth with the fighting scenes. Everything just was blended so well. And talking about characters, like what you were saying, like moving the movie and all that, it's very hard when you have a cast like this that everything doesn't flow so smoothly.
Yeah.
Like who in their right mind would put John Leguizamo, Mia Goth, Charlize Theron, Elliot Page, Zendaya, like Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, and that's not even the whole cast.
It ain't.
Like there's so many more pivotal people, but yet it's not like these were just cameos. Like they all had important parts to add to this movie and to this story. And I think what I appreciated is that everyone had their point. Everyone had their reason. It wasn't just, oh, let's just throw a random person in here just to get that little like 2-second cameo. It's everyone had a meaning to it, which I think makes it that much better.
Yeah, I'm gonna give these group of actors right here a shout out, because one, Samantha Morton, if you've seen her from The Walking Dead, she's amazing, right? She's been acting for years. Hamish Patel, very important, vital role. And then Elliot Page, right? What I'll say first about Elliot, anybody that thought they knew who the character was, they were wrong. That is not who the character is. But every single one of these three characters are so freaking good. Elliot does not have that long in this film. But when you understand the levels of how Christopher Nolan tells that story, he sells it. He sells it. Like, he sells it in such a way that I was thrown off. That whole entire sequence threw me off. And it's kind of the same thing for Samantha, because when Samantha comes on, you're kind of like, oh, what kind of character is this? And even that scene throws you off. Whereas like him, character, he's throughout a good part of it, and you understand that there's so much here that Christopher Nolan is doing with the storytelling, that he understands how to fulfill something that I don't think a lot of directors could do very easily. Using Batman, for instance, Robert Pattinson's character, he is great in this film, yet he is the sleazeball of this film. You love to hate him, but he plays it so well. And yet there's moments where you feel for his character some kind of a way. In a big movie like this, that doesn't make any sense. a drama allows you to be able to have natural progression to allow you to empathize with the character. Not a big budgeted film, not something that big and grandiose where you have like 40 more other actors with 40 other more roles. Like it's kind of unheard of. But going into a different direction, the practicality of the effects in this. Christopher Nolan's always been that guy that says, I'm never doing CG. I'm always going to do everything practical. And during it, some kind of a way he did. Because even some of the scenes, without spoiling it, even some of the scenes that you're kind of like, it's impossible for him to be able to do a thing, he finds a way of being able to do it. And you'll understand what I mean when you see it. And I think that there's one scene where he absolutely has people that are very tall to do a specific thing. And it's still practical. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like he still found a way of doing what he wanted while honoring all the mysticism and the intrigue of a story about a man trying to defy the gods while also following vain pursuits. It's crazy, dude. Like as far as the visual effects and cinematography and even the score, what did you think about it? Because I don't know if we have time to talk about the sound design, but the sound design in one sequence towards the end, it literally was like making my chest like I was like, I'm getting way too anxious right now.
Oh, my watch gave me the whole like high heart rate at one point. What he does with sound in this movie was spectacular. You know how they did that. But for me, the visuals of this movie, there are lessons to be taught with what came from some of these visuals. Some of the shots that he takes, like literally already ingrained in my mind. You know, and it's something as simple as, you know, a sunset type pose that he did, you know, like people on a boat, sunset far out, and it's just the way it's shot, it just looks so spectacular. Everything that you kind of see, and what I appreciate even in the battles, when there's this one scene when doors open up and you just see one dude just standing there before you see a full-blown army lunge out. And that shot, the way it's shown, and you can tell it's this epic shot. But what I love about it is once you kind of see all of the army kind of like rushing in, you still get that personal tight shot on different characters and their view on what's happening. This whole scene here was also very spectacular, and kind of seeing how, you know, at one point the guards were checking the horse. That alone was spectacular. Like just from a visual point of view and how he was able to do that. I mean, there's so much you can take away from this film. I feel this is one of those films. It looks beautiful in color. I hope, and I doubt they'll do it, but I hope that in the Blu-ray there is like a black and white version of this film.
Oh, you think it's a bit of a black and white version?
Because I think it would look spectacular.
Well, I don't know. That might be too much because I hate to say it like this. There's a scene. There's two real horrific scenes. One that takes place in the cave, one that takes place in the kitchen. That if I saw that in black and white, I might have to turn away. He does too good of a job with the shadows. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the shadow, his understanding of how to keep things in the shadows and also allow the camera to keep rolling with it is terrifying. Like some scenes in this is probably one of the most terrifying things that Christopher Nolan has actually recorded. Like the movie itself is very dark at times. It is not a happy story at all. It can be very transformative, life important for sure, but the different harshities of how people move and the gods move. And it's interesting because you can feel that the gods are at work without without them going too far into that. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to do because they could have easily had like certain voices, like all of a sudden Liam Nielsen's voice comes out of nowhere and does da 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 da. But you are left to your own imagination with what's happening to understand there are supernatural forces at work that are outside of, you know, everybody's control, even though the story is being told from two different focal points. Just technically it's just great, man. I don't even know what to kind of put it. Like I feel like this is kind of open and shut a 10 out of 10 movie. There's not anything to turn it down other than to say that shout out to John Leguizamo and Tom Holland, because as much as Matt Damon was amazing, them in their own right and what they did for this very pivotal too. John Leguizamo, for all intents and purposes, is one of his best roles. And the fact that Christopher Nolan would give him that chance to do a thing is amazing. But with Tom Holland, we know him from, you know, Spider-Man. But a lot of us very early on, one of his first roles was Invincible. Was it? I think it was called Invincible, where there was a flood that happened. Him and Naomi Watts were there, and he just crushed. I was like, man, this kid can act. And they're allowing him to do a thing here that is very I mean, he's already on the map, but this puts him in a different tier to me.
Yeah. No, 100%. I would agree with that. I think this elevates him from just that, you know, good superhero type character and, you know, like boyfriend cast type person to that next level. John Leguizamo, that dude's my man. Like I you know, no hidden agendas here. That's my dude. I can never speak bad about him. But he crushed it in his role. Like he was from start to finish. It was amazing how whatever scene he was in, everything just kind of gravitates towards him. He did a phenomenal job. Like he did great. Like there's actually no one in here that I can think about that didn't do great, which is wild. Like when you think about it, like I'm like trying to think of like any gaping holes or anything in the, like there's nothing. Like people will complain, oh, it's a 3-hour long movie. It does not feel like a 3-hour long movie.
It doesn't.
Like I got out of it and we were both just like, wow, like it's this movie could have been an hour longer and I would not have complained.
Dude, that's
scary.
We both stood in our seats the whole time. I was kind of like, oh man, I'm gonna use the bathroom a couple different times. This is gonna be a long. I was like, I was dreading the fact of how long it was gonna be, even though I knew it was gonna be a justifiably good movie. When I think about Dunkirk, when I think about Oppenheimer, both those films are masterclass in filmmaking. But those movies are not movies that I would go back and watch again. And even when I watched them respectfully, I definitely did have to go to the bathroom. This is one of those ones that I would watch again and again. And then I would make comparisons from the others, whether it's reading the source material or whether it's going to the other incarnations. Heck, even if like I was listening to Epic the Musical the other day, I was like, man, I'm preparing myself for this. And I'm like, shoot, now I want to listen to Epic the Musical all over again. It just honors the source material in such a way while at the same time an enjoyable epic experience. This is, I don't see, outside of Dune 3, I don't see anything topping this film. And that's unfortunate to say, because I'm saying that Doomsday I think is going to be great. I think that Brand New Day is going to be great, but there's levels to this.
I was gonna say, I think they're gonna be good. I wouldn't say great. Like after seeing this is great. Like Project Hail Mary was my number one. And I loved Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary now holds number 2. Like this has, I don't even see Dune touching this. Like though.
Yeah, it's only, to me, it could only be Dune, and that's partly because half the people in this movie are in that movie.
I mean, that is true.
mean, we literally we hadn't even talked about Zendaya, and she's, how do I describe her in this movie? She's elemental.
She flows in and out so seamlessly.
But yet, the moments that are supposed to count, they pull it off. And it's not the diss Oppenheimer or anything, but there's not like any explicit nudity. There's not any kind of like extra long anything. It is very what it is.
I think the only reason, thinking about it, the only reason it's probably rated R is just the gore.
Oh, yeah.
The gore element. Like, other than that, if you remove the gore from it, there is no nudity. There is no massive suggestiveness or anything like there is. It is a clean movie when you truly think about it. Yeah. No cursing, nothing like that. Just gory. Like you're gonna see lots of blood. But other than this was.
It's just epic, dude. Like there were moments where we were just literally on the edge of our seats. Then moments where we were kind of like, thank goodness. But then they just hit us with something else. And it was just relentless. Like it just did not stop. But yeah, we're ranting at this point. Go see the movie. I think unanimously we're both 10 out of 10, A+, whatever you want to call it. Amazing, astonishing performance across the board. Do we know who's going to get nominated? Do not know, but the movie itself will absolutely get nominated, and everything surrounding it, possibly even the script, to be honest with you. But yeah. Jorge, you got any other thoughts before we close up?
Go see it in 70 millimeter if you can. We were able to see it, and it looks spectacular. I know it's going to look spectacular in IMAX. This will look spectacular. This may be one of the few movies, and I'm going to hate saying this, I would even enjoy probably seeing this in 4D. Getting like water splashed on my face.
I might have
to. As much as I hated it when I went, because I felt like I was in a fight afterwards, and I did not like that feeling, I think this would be such a fun, epic adventure. Now, like this movie is seriously like, there's very few movies that you kind of hype up and you're like, oh, go see it in IMAX or go see it in the like. If you can see it in 70 millimeter, go see it. If you can see it in IMAX, go see it. Like if there's a movie you truly like want to spend your money on to watch it in the purest of forms, like this is it. I cannot. It will be hard to see what, if anything, can take this down for a while. And by a while, I mean within the next couple of years. Like that's how epic this was. Yeah, go check it out. Seriously.
Yeah, and you guys, we may be officially doing a album review, going through Epic the Musical. In celebration of the Odyssey, I want to go and take Jorge through a journey, and hopefully we possibly go and do a review on that. But yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. We'll talk to you later on. Let us know your thoughts. Are you excited for it? And once you go and see the movie, let us know in the comment section below what you thought about it. And we'll talk to you guys later. Peace, everybody.
Peace. Filing out the top of the I can see the skyline. 50 mile radius on the timeline.